Hey guys, thanks for stopping by today. Today I'm going to be making, or attempting to make, my very own Lucky Charms marshmallows. If you know our family, you know we have a lot of food allergies. I cannot just run up to the store and get a box of Lucky Charms to make some cool dessert tomorrow for St. Patrick's Day. So I'm going to attempt this. I was speaking with a friend about it a couple weeks ago, and she had made mention that there's a link that I could make these myself. And at first I thought, oh, that's a little overkill. But then I thought, you know what? My family will feel loved. I'll give it a shot. I like a challenge. And we'll go from there. So the first thing you're going to need is a bag of the Dandies marshmallows. There's no high fructose corn syrup. And the cool part is there's no food coloring. And you only need a half a bag. So the rest of them you can save for your hot cocoa. Then we need 1.5 cups of powdered sugar, a couple tablespoons of arrowroot powder, some food coloring, dye-free, and you can purchase this at your local food store or your health food store. Ours is Simply Nourished in Clear Lake, and you're going to want to have this on hand anyway for Easter eggs here in a couple weeks. It comes with 3 packages, orange, blue, and purple, and I'll be using all of those. And for the green food coloring, I'm going to be using this plant-based food coloring, also dye-free. I'm going to be using about 3/4 of a teaspoon. Lastly, you're going to want the cutest little mini fondant cutters to make the shapes. We are going to be using the star, the heart, kind of a shamrock looking shape, the diamond, and lastly, I'm going to try making the rainbow out of this. I'm going to make a cut with this large one and then come in the center with a smaller and hopefully have 2 rainbows from that. So let me go ahead and get some of this prepped and then we'll get started. Okay, we are going to make our very own double boiler because the recipe calls for heating the marshmallows in a microwave and we do not have one. And that's a whole nother topic and a whole nother video on a different day. So what I'm doing is I'm just getting my water boiling here, and I've got this awesome strainer that didn't come with this pan, but it fits in nicely. And then I'm just going to set a glass bowl down in, and that's going to allow the steam to come up and heat the bowl and allow us to warm our marshmallows without heating them too quickly. And so we're going to do half of this bag, and then we are going to add tablespoon or 2 of water. Okay, and then we will start to stir.
Yummy.
Yeah, I can see it starting to melt in there. And as soon as this gets a little bit more melted, we're going to start adding in our powdered sugar at about 1/2 cup a time. And once we get to the very end, we may not be able to stir it with a spoon. We might have to do it with our hands. It's supposed to be like dough, so we may have to knead it with our hands, kind of like bread dough. This is working great. And this Dandy brand of marshmallows, they also make a larger marshmallow for campfires, s'mores, and then of course these are great for hot cocoa. But if you wanted to make Rice Krispies or something like that, I would recommend getting the larger marshmallows. Okay.
They're really starting to melt.
They are.
What's your favorite treat made out of marshmallows?
You know, I am not a huge marshmallow fan. It's not something that I really love, but you want to know what I really love? If I have to eat a marshmallow, I like to char it on the campfire. So it's black as can be, and it kind of crunches when you bite down. It's just basically a vehicle to get the chocolate in your belly.
The open sky, oh my, baby, I'm trying. Boy, I hear you in my dreams. I feel you whisper across the sea. I keep you with me in my heart. You make it easier when life gets hard. Lucky I'm in love with my best friend. Lucky to have been where I place. I'll wait for you, I promise you I will. I'm lucky I'm in love with my best friend. Lucky to have been where I have been. Lucky to be coming home again. Lucky we're in love in every.
Okay, so we're back, and I have some parchment paper laid out so it doesn't stain my table. I don't think it will, but just in case. I went ahead and I've cut the tops off of all of my food coloring packets, and I've made sure there's no seal on this one so that once I start touching things, I'm not getting all the different colors mixed. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the purple.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows, and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, a rainbow connection. The lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be asked and answered, unwished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that, and someone believed it, and look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? And what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection. The lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Okay, we're back. I have to be honest, I had to leave for a second. And so my daughter spent time mixing these much better. So the colors are beautiful and vibrant. So if you have a little extra time, keep working those colors in and they will look much better. Now I'm gonna roll these out. They don't really give us instructions on how thick they should be or how many we should get per color. So I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it here. And we are gonna use the star for this color. So we're gonna start. I'm just making little cuts.
Oh, those are so cute.
You're turning out good. Sorry about that. Move that out of the way. So the consistency is much better than I thought it was gonna be.
How would you describe the consistency?
I would say like a dough, some kind of a dough, a drier dough.
Like Play-Doh?
No, more dry.
Gingerbread dough?
Maybe, yeah, something like that. That's a good way to describe it. These are turning out much better than I expected. I was kind of worried mid-recipe. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna keep making all of this into stars, and then we'll come back and get started on the other shapes.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows, and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I think after finding that this is a success, I would highly recommend it. It was a little bit scary to me at first, but it went really well. So I hope you enjoy making your own Lucky Charms. Don't forget, you can get your food coloring, the arrowroot powder, and much of the rest of this all at Simply Nourished in Clear Lake. Thank you.